everyone, Jay here for Review All the Things outside the garage today. It's somewhat of a nice day today, so we're going to work outside, and I got a new toy for the Polaris, specifically for the Plow, and I'm going to take you through the assembly and installation today. So what I got is Polaris's hydraulic plow lift kit for the Glacier HD plow. Polaris was having a sale, got a couple bucks off, and figured I want to try it out this year. So this will go on to operate the lift hydraulically. I already have the hydraulic tilt arm, been using the winch to raise and lower the plow, which is fine. When you put the hydraulic arm, lift arm on, you will lose plow mode. That only works with the winch. So if that's important to you, you may not want to install the hydraulic lift arm. For me, plow mode, it works. I think it's a little gimmicky. If you're plowing straight lines, it is probably pretty convenient, but if you're plowing anything where you're making a lot of turns, and it doesn't work so well for me with my driveway that I primarily plow. So we're going to control it this year with hydraulics, and if it doesn't snow this year, it's probably my fault for buying this and putting it on. So let's take a look at what the kit comes with, and then we'll get to assembling it. So there is some assembly required. So you got your ram and lift pump. You've got your lift mechanism right here. That's bolts and pins, which if you've installed any of these things before, you know a lot of they like their pins. And the one thing that I did notice in the kit, in this bag with 2 zip ties, is a steel rivet. So I'm going to assume we need a rivet gun, which I have. So, but if you don't have a rivet gun, that may be something you need to go out and pick up or rent from the auto parts store in order to do the installation. But we'll see what that is as we start to get through putting it on. So the first thing that we need to do is take off the lift arm that you use with the winch, because we won't be using it anymore. And that is simply held in with a pin. So we'll take that out. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to do is install the ram, and the instructions are actually really good for this installation. So we're going to utilize this bracket down here to hold one end of the ram, and then we're going to use one of the clevis pins to secure that. Now it does detail in the instructions, the clevis pins there's 3 different sizes, so we want the longest clevis pin for this part of the installation. And so when you're installing the ram, the pump goes to the passenger side, the ram technically on the driver's side. Easy enough, and then let that down gently, and then we're going to put a clip in the clevis pin. So you have all new clips. Just simply push that in. So now we have that part done. So the next step is to install the lift arm. Before we do that, there's 2 plastic bushings that come in the kit that you want to make sure you put in. And then these ears right here on the push frame is where this is going to sit in between. So we're going to snake that in. Make sure the bushings don't fall out. And then we'll put our long bolt through. Okay. We'll put the nut on that comes in the kit. Now there's cautions in the owner's manual, in the instructions, when you tighten this down, don't make it super tight so that it pinches the lift arm and doesn't allow it to rotate freely. So you're going to need a 19mm ratchet and a wrench and a socket. And we'll tighten this down. I wouldn't use air tools on this, or do what you want, but it is a plastic lock nut. That feels good. One more snug. So the next step is we're going to secure the ram to the lift arm in this ear, and you're going to use the shortest clevis pin that you have in the kit. Alright, so the next steps, if it isn't already assembled, you need to, and mine was already assembled, you need to assemble this eye bolt and put the nut on the back, leave it loose because you're going to adjust that later, and then if your link is not in your strap, you'll have to put that in, but like I said, mine was already assembled. So we're going to secure the lift strap to the plow frame. Again, you're going to use the only clevis pin you have left. So now we have everything assembled and connected, except for the electrical connector. So naturally the next thing we're going to do is just install the electrical connector. Now you have to have the plow control kit already installed to be able to do this, but I hope if you're this far along in putting the hydraulic lift on that you already have all of that. So we're just going to connect this, and then we're going to secure the harness to the push frame, put a zip tie right about here, and then we're going to ultimately we're going to test it to make sure nothing binds while we're going up and down, but that's what we're going to do right there. Now we are going to adjust the lift strap. Plow blade on the ground, you're going to want to tighten this up so you have a little bit of slack. The reason you don't want to make it super tight is you don't want to restrict the plow blade from being able to follow the curvature of whatever you're plowing. So if you're plowing something that has a lot of ruts, you're going to want to leave this a little loose. If you're plowing perfectly flat, you can probably go a little tighter. There might be some trial and error when you're actually plowing. So we're going to need an 18mm wrench and a screwdriver just to put through the eye hole on the bolt to keep it from turning, because there is a lock nut on the other side of here, so it's going to want to turn on you. All right, everyone, so we are wrapped up. One thing you can notice right off the bat is that the hydraulic lift raises that plow blade up much higher than with the winch, and that's going to be helpful for when you're piling up a lot of snow. You can lift the blade a little higher. That's great. Checked all my connections, all my wires, nothing is binding, and we are done. So we didn't need that mystery rivet that's in the kit. Maybe somebody else out there knows what that's for, but the instructions didn't call for it. Maybe got in the bag by mistake, who knows. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe. We'll see you this winter. Don't be afraid to work on your own stuff.